10 millimeter versus 10 millimeter Auto Mag in Ruger Redhawk. Part 2, 50 yards. William Hovey Smith, 2025. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And we have returned with the 10 millimeter Auto Ruger Super Redhawk revolver, now chambered for 10 millimeter Magnum as well. And the objective of this exercise is ultimately to see if this can be an effective, lightweight, low recoiling handgun for an older hunter. And that is exactly what we're all about. The revolver itself is a heavy gun. It now mounts a scope. During the previous exercises, we shot it with iron sights. It's more portable that way, but the scope allows for more precision. And we're going to sight in the scope at 25 yards with at least 2 and perhaps 3 types of ammunition and see how that does. The first we're going to be trying is double tap. This is a cast 200 grain bullet in these factory loads. Being a rimless cartridge, the 10 millimeter Auto must have these full moon clips in order to fit and fire in this pistol. I had ordered some for this exercise, but found in the last episode that they quite frankly would not fit. And so this is one of the Ruger supplied clips, and yes, it works every time with all the ammunition we've used. The replacement clips worked with absolutely none of it. We have our loads in our gun, and they're all nicely seated. Gun's locked. This is a Thompson Center Arms pistol scope, and it is a variable. And so we shall see. Okay, that shot looked good. Okay, I think 3 shots have probably told us what we need to see. The first shots with the double tap ammo, in line but low. Well, I would have called 2 of them maybe low, so I'm not surprised. The second shooting will be with the Remington factory loads here, and these are using the exact same bullet that the Magnum loading is using. So we're changing velocities and power consequently, but keeping the bullets exactly the same. That one looked good. A little bit off right, I think. Looked good. The first 3 shots, you can see there in the camera shadow actually, and then 3 shots cleanly inside the bull. Yeah, that was the last 3. Okay. So yes, this scope, when it was on the gun last, was zeroed, and kept it 0, being on the gun and off. And that's good about those rugged Ruger mounts. You can dismount it and put it back on the gun. So, yeah, they really work. These are the 10 millimeter Magnum loads. You can see how much longer the case is than the 10 millimeter Auto. It's not fatter, although it does look a bit that way. The case dimensions of the rear are identical to the 40 Smith & Wesson, which I don't have, and for the 10mm Auto, and for the 10mm Auto Magnum. All require these clips if you shoot them in a revolver. And the clips, when they fit right, shells drop right in. That one was off a little to the left. Right on. The group to the right is mostly from the preceding shot with the 10mm Magnum and the 200 grain bullets. Then we made 4 clicks of adjustment, and as you can see, the bullet strikes are moving to the left into the bull. There's a very tight clump of 3 right there at the edge of the bull, and 1, I think, in dead center that belonged to the last group of 5 shots. So we are certainly getting it towards centered. But I think we're good enough now that we can start moving to 50 yards. I haven't given you any eye candy. So these are 2-gallon milk jugs filled with water. We'll shoot one with the Remington load and the other with the 10mm Magnum. There is a class of books called Evergreen. These are books where the basic knowledge imparted by the author remains valid over time despite technological changes. Although AI is rapidly evolving at an enormous rate, the principles that I show in this title are valid and will continue to serve people well through actually coming decades. So if you want a book that's valuable not only at the moment, but will be in the future, this is such a title. It is available at Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, and other sources worldwide. I don't think I need to say anything about that. Despite making 6 clicks adjustment to move the group to the left, nothing seems to be happening. And I think I remember having problems with this scope before. I believe, quite frankly, the lateral adjustment just doesn't work. So we have a vertical stringing of shots, which we've seen before. The spread is open to about 2 inches, and it's now about 4 inches up and down. Considering the rather primitive matter I'm holding, that's not surprising. We're going to make another adjustment with the scope and give it another try, but I'm afraid that's it for that scope. We may just have to live with this being a 50-yard gun. What have we learned today? Well, our shooting with a 10mm Magnum load at 50 yards and the scope, all of the groups, despite trying to adjust them, all of the shots grouped in the string vertically, and approximately, 6 inches to the right of the point of aim at 50 yards, which is not satisfactory. Consequently, I'm just going to take the scope off the gun this season and not use it at all. And so we'll restrict this to a 50-yard gun, and I can shoot a better group than this with iron sights at 50 yards. And we'll show you that next time around. We also found that the 10mm mag will explode a water jug in a very spectacular way. And it did. It does seem that this is worth the exercise of using the Magnum versus the same bullet loaded in the 10mm auto cartridge. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.